Today's presentation is going to explore how Deng's ancestral country, South Sudan, has influenced cuisine in Australia. Deng's location of birth was South Sudan, a country located in sub-Saharan Africa. It is a landlocked country with Sudan to the north, Ethiopia east, Kenya, Uganda, and Congo south, and Central African Republic west. History has had a great influence on current food practices within South Sudan. Since the eruption of multiple wars broke out across country, this has led villagers poor and hungry. This has had a great impact on the health as well as current food practices as it limits them on what they can do. However, there are an abundance of rivers, lakes, and swamps where citizens would traditionally depend on fish for their food. Furthermore, rain-fed farming originated in the southern region. Because of the Nile River and other lakes and swamps, fish is considered a staple in Sudanese culture. A popular dish known as kayak, a stew cooked from dried fish, is added to porridge made from sorghum, another common food consumed. Other staples and supplementary foods include corn, rice, beef, mutton, sesame seeds, peanuts, tomatoes, and olives. Peanuts offer both texture and flavor to hot dishes, or grounded down and served as a sauce. Other herbs and spices include salt, pepper, garlic, and cumin. Grinders are a key component when preparing a Sudanese dish, as many spices such as pepper and cumin require crushing before adding them to the mix. Many dishes use prolonged cooking on a low heat in order to make the vegetables and meat tender and flavorful. They use a unique technique called scooping to scoop the pulp out of vegetables, particularly tomatoes. They also chop the meat and vegetables into bite-sized pieces to consume easily. According to Kayon al-Jadid in 1948, the standard of living in most inhabitants denies them the use of electricity, gas, or kerosene cooking stoves. Up until the 1950s, women in South Sudan would cook on 3 hot stones. However, charcoal grills replaced this cooking method. Furthermore, when the climate is drier, meat and fruit are preserved, keeping the food edible for months. In Sudan, there is a distinct regional variation including religion and core beliefs. The country is made up of 3 religions, Christianity, African, and Muslim, that have similar but distinct eating patterns. According to Porterfield, in 2009, pork products, animals with fangs, blood, and entotoxins such as alcohol and drugs are considered unclean and harmful and therefore are strictly forbidden. Another regional variation includes the climate between wet and dry seasons. During the dry season, it is harder to keep agriculture alive. Therefore, as mentioned previously, they take advantage of this weather and preserve their fruit and meat through a drying process. The Dinkas of South Sudan is a traditional ceremony sacrificing cattle, their most prized possession, in order to stay connected with the spirit world and seek protection. This ceremony is generally held prior to the rainy seasons to also give them good luck. Christianity festivals including Christmas and Easter are also celebrated with a Sudanese feast, rather than a traditional Western lunch. The Muslim communities who practice the Ramadan break the fast by sacrificing a sheep on feast day and share with the poor. Although Sudanese dishes are quite unusual and unique in regards to pairing dried fish with sorghum, there are still aspects that are similar to other cuisines. For example, many dishes in Sudan are stews, and although we consume that in Australia, it is not as popular or preferred. The main source of farming in Sudan includes rain-fed livestock such as cattle, sheep, goats, and poultry, produce such as lemons, mangoes, pawpaws, which grow along the river. Towards inland, there are approximately 2 million hectares of water, including rivers, lakes, and swamps. That is the main site of fish outputs. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, approximately 729 tons of wheat and products alike were imported into South Sudan in the year 2013. The second highest food imported into Sudan is sugar, ranging at approximately 599 tons. Milk, excluding butter, is the third largest product with 232 tons imported. The main products exported from highest to lowest include sesame seeds, maize products, sugar, and a variety of fruit. Sorghum has increased from tons and tons from 2012 to 2013. Because of the high demand of more food in Sudan with ongoing poverty and hunger, there is a high production of imports/exports as well as producing foods. As you can see, Australia is not shown on the graph. This can indicate that the years between 2012 and 13 there was limited supply of this product in Australia. It is evident that fish is supplied in both Australia and Sudan. As you can see, Australia, which is indicated by the blue, has quite low supply of fish with the rise in resources from the year 2011. As for Sudan, the production of the fish supply in 2012 to 2013 did not change, staying at 30,980 tons. Before the First Civil War, many Sudanese immigrants came to Australia for educational and learning purposes. However, after the war, due to economic and political reasons, many had fled the country, and according to the Commonwealth of Australia, during the past 10 years, the number of arrivals born in Sudan has increased by an average of 34% each year. Food in Sudan is evidently simple, consuming only stews, fish combined with tomatoes, onions, and seasoned with salt, pepper, and lemon. The power of social media, including Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat nowadays, is easy to expose the Sudanese culture to Australians. Furthermore, there are many travel and food blogs illustrating their take on Sudanese food and culture and how it can ultimately influence readers to go and try themselves. There is a presence of food culture within the border of Australia food environment that has brought us closer to Sudanese culture, vice versa. As Australia is a very multicultural country with a variety of restaurants and fast food outlets, it is easy to access when the old steak and chips gets boring, so to say. Therefore, it is evident that the integration of Deng's culture into Australia is quite substantial.